Hey, we're Logan's Run.
Hey, what's up? We're Paradise Spheres.
Hi, we're a Will Away.
Hi, I'm Mike from Sparks to Rescue.
And you're on Tori Talks Music.
And you're listening to Tori Talks Music.
We're listening to Tori Talks Music.
And you're listening to Tori Talks Music, live from Connecticut.
Hi, I'm Melissa Licciardello, and you're listening to Tori Talks Music.
All right, so I'm going to call you Melly Music because that's your Twitter handle and that's what I've always called you. Tell me a little bit about what you do as a musician. Like where you're from, what kind of music you play, that whole basic thing.
All right, well, I'm from Brooklyn, and I actually do a whole lot of different stuff. I work with like a billion different instruments, but I try to keep it short and simple. Like a little bit of singer-songwriter stuff when it comes to my music. I'm not sure how to describe it.
Who would you consider a musician that you like look up to musically or otherwise?
Well, Fall Out Boy is a big one, especially Patrick Stump, and like a little bit of Panic at the Disco. Oh man, Patrick Stump.
Are you going to the Fall Out Boy tour?
Oh man, I wish I was going to the Fall Out Boy tour. Those tickets sold out so fast, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I heard some bloodbath stories about trying to get tickets to to those shows. Especially out in New York.
I would actually sell one of my kidneys to go see Fall Out Boy live.
What do you think of their new music? I've been meaning to ask someone about this.
Well, it's catchy. I like it. I'm not going to say I don't like it, you know?
Yeah, obviously. All right, so my birthday show is actually going to be your first like full venue show, right?
Yeah, it is. It's going to be great.
So tell me a little bit about, like, the shows that you're playing now and, like, how you go about distributing your music, I guess.
Well, in the summer, I played a couple of festivals, and every now and then I play at this little cafe called Circles. It's in my neighborhood, and it's an experience every single time.
What's the music scene like in Brooklyn?
In Brooklyn? Well, Brooklyn is altogether is just an amazing place for music. The bad part about that, however, the part that I live in, not so great. I mean, you've got a couple of musicians down here, but none of the kinds that I'm used to, you know? They're all those weird bands that I don't know how to... Oh, man. I don't even want to get into that.
So where do you see yourself going? Like, give me some short-term goals for yourself musically.
Some short-term goals I would say would be to actually get myself on track and find my place in the music business, like where I would be, and start playing actual shows and be a little bit professional and get some actual gear.
Well, you just wrote a song recently, and by recently I mean like in class yesterday.
Yeah.
So tell me about your writing process.
Oh man, my writing process? Oh, it depends. It really varies. Like sometimes I'll just be in the middle of a dream and have like this little random melody that just hits me, and I'm just like, I need to wake up and write this down. Or for the most part, it takes place on my phone. You know the little app that comes with the iPhones that have the little recording? Man, that's my life. Everything I've ever written is basically just shoved into there and then looked on to later. Well, I've actually been working on a lot of songs lately, you know? It's just all these little melodies and little lines keep coming up to me, and they like tap me on the shoulder and they're like, hey, write me down. And I'm just like, all right, just give me a second, because like 5 other lines just came up to me and were like, write me down. So it's kind of like a whole big mess going on in my brain right now. And then I have to record everything, and it's just, working on music is difficult.
If you could duet with anyone, who would you want to duet with?
One person? Oh, man. I'd have to go with Patrick Stump. He's just a genius.
You're relatively young for being involved in any kind of music scene, really. Do you find yourself coming across any, like, obstacles being that young, or is it just, like, starting off in general? Or, like, tell me about being in school and, like, trying to start a career in music.
Well, yeah, it's actually very difficult. Like, finding a time where I can actually sit down and record. For a while, I've been working on this little side project with my friend Nick. You actually know Nick. And it's just, finding a time that goes with the both of us, and then also the money is a problem too, because, you know, with school coming up too, with college and everything. But now that I'm 18, it's not as big a problem because, wow, 18, you could start doing little things, like start getting into bars. Well, sort of.
Is music something that you're going to be going to school for? Like, is it going to be making music, or like, are you going to be involved in the industry? Like, what are your plans in terms of that, like more long term?
I actually have no idea what I'm going to do in college, but I know whatever I do in the future is definitely going to be music. There's no way I could do anything else. But for college, I think I might do something like playwriting or the background behind music.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So how'd you first get started with music?
Oh, wow. Well, I was about 3 years old, and it all actually started with country music. I don't know how that happened. How it, like, stemmed to God knows what kind of music I listen to now. I'm kind of ashamed. But, yeah, my parents are actually pretty big with music, too, and that's kind of the reason why. Like, I was 5, and they brought me to my first concert, and sang, oh, yeah. And just ever since then, it's just never stopped.
Wait, did you just say that your first concert was in sync?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
So
My first real concert was Britney Spears, so
Aw.
I'm in the same boat there.
At least I can actually, like, have a little bit of dignity when I say that Pink opened up for them, I guess.
Well, back then she was a lot cooler too.
Yeah, she was insane with the pink hair and just,
Yeah.
oh man.
And she was like kind of hardcore. Now
Yeah, she was.
Now
She was
she's
just
like now she's a mom and she's soft.
Yeah. She was funk as puck,
Yeah.
as Glamour Kills would say.
Are you currently involved in anything at your school musical that's like helped you prepare? Like, at least are you able to be involved in music while you're still in school?
Well, the thing with my high school is it's an all-girls Catholic high school. That's a little bit of a drawback. And on top of that, they're not really big into music. Like, every time I go to take a music class, they get rid of it. It's kind of crazy. I was lucky last year to actually get a place in the music theory class, and that was great. So this year I was hoping that I would get into music theory too, and as soon as I went to go sign up for it, they're like, "Oh yeah, sorry, we're not actually going to have that course."
Oh,
And then I signed up for piano, and they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to have that either." So I was just like, "Oh no, what do I do now?"
that's
So
brutal.
I'm in my chorus, and that's actually not a lot of fun.
That's really funny that you're saying that, because my senior project, I'm actually going to film a documentary about how important music education is in public schools. And I mean, I know you
it's
said you go
very
to private
important.
school, but still.
It's
So,
ridiculously important. Because imagine if if all schools had music, so many people would be involved, and so many people would see how much hard work it is, and they just have a lot more respect for musicians.
yeah.
They wouldn't just be like, "Put music out. We want music." They would just be like, "All right, give us a couple of months, and we'll write and record and all that stuff."
Yeah. And it's another outlet for people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, not everyone is going to find their sanity in a math textbook.
No, definitely not. And then if they could sing the math textbook, boom, right there, automatic A+. But it also gives them something to look forward to in school as well, you know?
Yeah. So it sounds like you have a lot of good stuff in the works, which is really exciting. And everyone should come to my birthday show to see you perform.
You're going
So,
to hear some original stuff and a lot of fun little tidbits.
yes. So everyone should definitely come out and see you. I'm really excited to host your first ever real show.
Thank you.
I hope that you make a Facebook fan page soon so I can direct people to it. Is there anywhere that people, like, do you have a SoundCloud or anything?
I'm going to actually try and get a SoundCloud up and running by the time of your show, but at the present moment, there's nothing up right now.
So for right now, people can just follow you on Twitter, right?
Yeah, and from the Twitter, there's actually a link up there that links to my Tumblr account, which is my main music blog that I keep everything nice and neat on. melomusic.tumblr.com. That's basically it.
All right. Well, that's all I got for you.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much.